Every single day, the world gets more and more unpredictable, and being prepared is no longer optional. Today, I'm showing you 49 of the coolest survival gear and gadgets on Amazon that every prepper must have, and some of these you definitely must own. Let's get into it. Fire is one of the most fundamental survival priorities, and your ignition source needs to be something you can count on completely. The Polar Open Frame Lighter is a modular, precision-built lighter machined from titanium or brass. Its fully sealed construction stops fuel evaporation almost entirely, achieving over 90% fuel efficiency compared to roughly 30% for standard lighters. And a single fill lasts up to 20 days of normal use. The open frame body incorporates a functional mirror surface, and a built-in foldable compass provides basic navigation when everything else has failed. The modular platform accepts additional attachments, including a loop, a watch, and a waterproof capsule for storing micro-survival items. When you're deep in the backcountry and every gram and every day of fuel matters, the Polar is engineered to deliver. Compact, overbuilt, and purpose-driven, it's the last lighter you'll ever need. A good fixed blade handles most of the heavy lifting in a survival situation, and the Gerber ExoMod drop point is designed for exactly that without adding unnecessary weight to your loadout. The blade is ground from 7CR stainless steel with a clean drop point profile, versatile enough for field dressing, food prep, cutting cordage, and general camp work. At just over 8.5 inches overall and weighing under 3 ounces, this knife disappears into your pack until it's needed. Skeletonized full-tang construction keeps weight down while maintaining real durability. The blaze orange handle is instantly visible in low-light conditions, and the grippy polymer scales won't slip with wet or cold hands. The belt sheath locks firmly and includes a drain hole for moisture control. It also snaps directly onto other ExoMod tools, letting you build a compact modular field kit fast. When darkness falls in the wilderness, your headlamp becomes one of the most critical tools you carry. The FlexTail Tiny Helio 600Z delivers serious performance in a package weighing just over 2 ounces. Powered by a luminous SST70 LED chip, it reaches up to 600 lumens across 6 distinct modes. A tight spotlight reaching 300 to 28 feet, a wide floodlight for close camp tasks, a red light to preserve night vision, and a dedicated SOS mode for emergencies. The IP67 waterproof rating handles rain and submersion without issue. A 60-degree tilt adjustment lets you direct light exactly where needed. The rechargeable battery pulls power via USB-C and can be swapped in the field. From navigating a dark trail in a storm to signaling for rescue, this headlamp covers every scenario a prepper faces after sundown. Lightweight, durable, and genuinely capable. Finding water in the wilderness is rarely the hard part. Making it safe to drink is. The Life Straw Peak Series Personal Water Filter removes 99.999999% of bacteria and 99.999% of protozoan parasites, including Giardia and Cryptosporidium, which are common in backcountry water sources across the United States. It also reduces microplastics and improves taste, turning creek water and stagnant puddles into genuinely drinkable water without chemicals or waiting. Rated for up to 1,000 gallons over its lifetime, a single filter can serve one person through years of emergency use. Operation is straightforward. Insert the straw directly into a water source and drink. No pumping, no batteries, no complicated setup. Lightweight and packable, it fits in any emergency kit with room to spare. For bug-out bags and vehicle emergency kits alike, this filter is one of the most critical pieces of survival gear you can own. 19 tools might sound like marketing. With the Leatherman signal, every single one earns its place. This multi-tool was purpose-built for wilderness survival and off-grid living, and it shows in every design choice made. You get the expected foundation: needle nose pliers with replaceable 154 cm wire cutters, a 420 HC combo blade, a wooden bone saw, a bit driver, and a can opener. But the signal goes further. Built into the chassis are a ferrocerium rod for fire starting, an emergency whistle that cuts through wind and distance, a hammer surface for driving stakes, and a diamond-coated sharpener for maintaining your edge in the field. Every feature, except the plier head, locks securely in place, and both blade and saw deploy one-handed. Made from 420 stainless steel with Cerakoted handles and a 25-year warranty. For preppers who carry one multi-tool, this is the one. In a wilderness scenario, processing wood for shelter and fire is exhausting work, unless your saw can actually cut. The Silky Katana Boy 550 mm is a professional-grade, two-handed folding saw built to make fast work out of serious timber. Its 21.6-inch blade is crafted from premium Japanese steel, laser-cut with impulse-hardened non-set teeth on a taper-ground profile that reduces friction and pulls through wood with far less resistance than standard saws. It handles logs up to 11 inches in diameter, the kind of deadfall that blocks escape routes or needs to become firewood fast. Despite that capacity, the tool folds compact and comes with a lightweight synthetic shoulder bag. The two-handed rubberized grip provides control and reduces fatigue during extended cutting. When a chainsaw isn't an option and a hatchet falls short, the Katana Boy bridges the gap between raw cutting power and true portability. When you're moving fast through unforgiving backcountry, your pack has to keep up. The Hill People Gear Umlindi Pack V2 is built for exactly that. Constructed from heavy-duty 500D Cordura fabric, this pack can take a serious beating in the field. It holds around 30 liters of gear and uses a one-piece shoulder harness that distributes weight naturally and keeps movement unrestricted. Dual aluminum stays inside the removable HDPE frame sheet, give it real structure without bulk. Oversized side pockets swallow full Nalgene's with room to spare. Top lid storage, compression straps, and an internal Velcro field for accessories all come standard. As a lumbar pack with an optional belt, it becomes one of the most capable load-carrying platforms in its class. For preppers who move hard and carry smart, this pack earns every ounce of trust you put into it. When a full tent isn't practical and a sleeping bag alone leaves you exposed, the SnugPack Stratosphere WGTE steps in. This single-person bivvy shelter bridges the gap between ultralight carry weight and genuine weather protection. The outer fly sheet is rated to a 5,000 mm hydrostatic head, handling serious rain without soaking through. The integrated bathtub-style ground sheet hits 8,000 mm, keeping moisture from pushing up below. A self-supporting aluminum hoop creates a spacious canopy over the head and shoulders, giving you room to move without feeling buried. A no-see-um mesh mosquito net rolls away when not needed, and a rear vent improves airflow to cut condensation. The whole system packs down to just over 2 pounds, including stakes. For preppers who prioritize fast movement and minimal kit without sacrificing real shelter integrity, the Stratosphere WGTE is a smart, field-proven choice worth carrying. Out in the field, a severe extremity wound can become fatal in minutes. The North American Rescue Combat Application Tourniquet, the CAT, is the most trusted pre-hospital tourniquet in the world. It has been the official tourniquet of the U.S. Army since 2005, and is proven to completely stop blood flow in both upper and lower limbs. The Gen 7 design features a patented free-moving internal band delivering true circumferential pressure, a reinforced windlass rod with aggressive ribbing for grip under stress, and a single routing buckle that speeds application dramatically, even one-handed. The windlass locks firmly in place, and a writable strap lets you mark application time for responding medics. Small, lightweight, and requiring no batteries or complex training, this device belongs in every prepper's kit. It could genuinely save your life or someone else's when every second counts. When you need to light up a target at distance or signal rescuers across a dark valley, raw reach matters. The Through-Night Catapult FEG6 E-Fates SST70 is a purpose-built long-throw flashlight designed to push light further than almost anything in its class. Powered by a luminous SST70 LED, it produces up to 2,836 lumens and throws a focused beam to 692 meters with 120,000 candela of peak intensity. The body is machined from aerospace-grade aluminum with a Type 3 hard anodized finish that resists wear and impact. It handles drops to 1.5 meters and meets IPX8 standards for submersion to 2 meters. 6 brightness levels run from a firefly mode lasting 70 days up to blinding turbo and strobe. The internal 5,000 mAh battery charges via USB-C for search operations, perimeter work, or emergency signaling. This flashlight performs under real pressure. In a survival or emergency situation, the most valuable tools are the ones always on your person. The StatGear TriTac Tactical Pen looks like an everyday writing instrument and functions reliably as one, powered by a Fisher Space Pen cartridge that writes in extreme heat, cold, upside down, and underwater. But that's just the surface. The TriTac also houses a folding 4.4 OC stainless steel drop-point blade, heat-treated to 58 to 60 HRC, accessible directly from the tip of the body. The back end integrates a tungsten carbide glass breaker for vehicle egress or emergency forced entry. The aircraft-grade aluminum body weighs just 1.7 ounces. A bolt-action mechanism deploys the ink cartridge with a clean, tactile click. For preppers operating in everyday and high-stress environments alike, the TriTac quietly handles communications, cutting utility, and emergency egress, all in one discreet pocket carry. The Combar Pro is a Red Dot award-winning system that may represent the most ambitious multi-tool ever engineered for wilderness survival. Constructed from aerospace-grade titanium, hard anodized aluminum, and 4.2OJ2 stainless steel, materials tested to exceed U.S. striking tool durability standards, it consolidates a folding hatchet, trowel, hammer, and the Pro's hollow glass reinforced polymer shaft into a single unit that folds down smaller than a rolled newspaper. That shaft houses a full-tang serrated survival knife and a folding pruning saw compatible with standard 10-inch reciprocating blades, made by Bosch. The hatchet's double wall head geometry delivers enough force to fell small trees and split logs, while the wide cheek design maximizes impact transfer per swing. At just over 3 pounds, it replaces 5 individual tools that could weigh twice as much combined. Whether you're building shelter, processing firewood, excavating a fire pit, or clearing a campsite after a brutal storm, the Combar Pro performs without compromise at every task. Fire is not a luxury in the wilderness. It's a survival requirement. The Prepared 4X Fire Starter Tool brings together premium ferrocerium rod, curved steel striker, and 36 inches of wax-infused hemp tinder rope in one patented all-in-one system that eliminates the fumbling and failure of using these components separately. The curved striker design guides sparks directly onto the frayed rope end, dramatically shortening time to flame even with cold, stiff hands in adverse conditions. The rope itself burns for over 3 hours of continuous use or across thousands of individual strikes, and it ignites reliably even after soaking overnight in rain, making it one of the most weatherproof tinder systems available. Compact aluminum housing protects the rope when not in use and allows flame control by adjusting the exposed wick length. Pull the wick back inside to extinguish instantly. For preppers, bushcrafters, and anyone building a kit that has to work when conditions are worst, this fire starter brings reliability to the one task where failure is not acceptable. Isolation turns deadly when nobody knows where you are, and the Spot Gen 4 breaks that silence. Deep in wilderness, beyond cell towers and roads, this device sends your position skyward, carving a digital trail through emptiness. One press calls for help when injury, weather, or exhaustion blocks escape. Tracking keeps loved ones informed while you keep moving, conserving strength instead of panic. Compact and reliable, it rides quietly on packs until needed most. In survival, uncertainty drains morale faster than hunger, and knowing rescue is possible changes everything. Storms, distance, and terrain lose power when your signal still gets out. This tracker doesn't fight the wilderness, it communicates through it. When maps fail and paths vanish, staying connected becomes a survival strategy, and the Spot Gen 4 ensures your existence is never truly lost. The difference between those who survive the first critical hours and those who don't often comes down to one thing: preparation you can grab in seconds. The Get X Go Emergency Kit is a modular, all-in-one preparedness system engineered around real-world emergency use, available in both fireproof fiberglass and waterproof PVC tarpaulin construction, with the fire-resistant variant rated to withstand temperatures up to 1,000 degrees Celsius. The kit's organizational system divides over 40 essentials across 6 categories: tools, communications, food and water, warmth, first aid, and hygiene, allowing rapid, targeted access without dumping contents in the dark or under stress. Included are a solar power bank, a hand-crank solar radio, windproof matches, emergency food bars, water pouches, an emergency blanket, a full first aid kit with a compass and rescue whistle, and a document pouch to protect critical identification and records. Discreet in color to avoid drawing unwanted attention, the Get X Go kit is built for the moment when being prepared stops being theoretical. When power is out, communications are down, and you're moving through unfamiliar terrain in total darkness, reliable light can be a life or death factor. GlowMind emergency glow sticks require 0 power, 0 batteries, and 0 setup. Crack one, shake it, and you have instant chemical light lasting for hours. No switches, no charging, nothing to break. They're waterproof and perform in extreme temperatures, making them dependable where battery-powered devices degrade. Beyond basic illumination, the uses multiply fast in a real emergency, marking a trail for your group, signaling your position to rescue teams, designating a camp perimeter at night, or identifying medical supplies in a dark shelter. Each stick is individually sealed with an indefinite shelf life, so they're always ready when pulled from storage. At almost no weight, with near unlimited shelf stability, these glow sticks are one of the highest value, lowest cost additions to any serious emergency kit. When the darkness is absolute, during a power failure, a grid-down emergency, or a deep backcountry situation, the Olight Seeker 4 Pro produces a maximum output of 4,600 lumens with a throw distance of 260 meters. That's enough light to illuminate a terrain feature hundreds of yards out or flood an entire campsite in near daylight conditions. 6 lighting modes range from a 5-lumen moonlight setting that preserves night vision all the way to full turbo, and the stepless dimming rotary switch provides precise control operable with heavy gloves on. The IPX8 rated aluminum body can be submerged to 2 meters and survives 1.5 meter drops. The 5,000 mAh battery provides up to 15 days of runtime in low mode, and the smart holster charges via USB-C while locking the light automatically when holstered. First-in-class laser micro-perforation technology creates hidden brightness and battery indicators while maintaining full waterproofing. For serious preppers and emergency responders, this is a primary illumination tool built for the moments when light is not optional. The Gerber Double Down is unlike anything else in the field of folding survival tools. A full-sized machete that collapses to half its length using a patented quad-lock butterfly mechanism, making it practical to carry where a traditional machete simply isn't. Its 420HC stainless steel recurve drop-point blade measures 7 inches with a stone-washed finish that resists corrosion and conceals field wear. The blade is engineered for 3 distinct survival functions: chopping through vegetation, splitting wood into kindling with the help of a batoning jimping spine, and performing precision knife work by choking up toward the blade. An overstrike guard and stability bar protect your hands during aggressive use. The dual, steel-lined polymer handles fold around the blade for safe transport, and the included MOLLE-compatible nylon sheath keeps it readily deployable. At 15 inches overall and made in the USA, the Double Down is a serious wilderness workhorse that refuses to be categorized as just one thing. Fire is shelter. Fire is warmth. Fire is the difference between a survivable night and one that isn't. The Titan Survival Choctaw fire rope is waxed jute tinder, the same fiber integrated into Titan's patented survivor cord used in U.S. Embassy survival kits around the world. Pull a few strands apart, fray the end into a bird's nest, strike it with a ferro rod, and you have a flame burning for 1 to 2 minutes, enough time to establish kindling even in wet, windy conditions. The paraffin infusion makes it wind-resistant and waterproof right out of the packaging, and it retains its ignition properties even after exposure to rain. No separate tinder required. No searching for dry bark under wet conditions. Just pull, fray, strike, and build. Choctaw is made by a combat veteran-owned company with a lifetime guarantee, and it belongs in every pack, bug-out bag, and vehicle kit where fire-starting reliability isn't optional. Calories are currency in a survival scenario, and running out means your body starts consuming itself when you need it most. Mountain House freeze-dried meals solve the food problem with a level of quality and reliability that has made them the default choice of military special operations units, backcountry expeditions, and serious preppers for over 5 decades. The process is precise. Every meal is fully cooked with wholesome, all-natural ingredients. No artificial flavors, no preservatives. Then freeze-dried to lock in flavor and nutritional content. Just add water, and a hot, calorie-dense, genuinely palatable meal is ready in minutes. The packaging is equally critical. Both standard pouches and sealed metal cans carry an industry-leading 30-year taste guarantee, verified through independent real-world testing of meals stored over 3 decades. That means a case of Mountain House stored today remains mission-ready well into the next generation. Lightweight, compact, and requiring no refrigeration or special storage conditions, These meals are ideal for bug-out bags, vehicle kits, long-term food caches, and base camp resupply. When you cannot hunt, forage, or cook from scratch, Mountain House ensures you eat well and keep moving. The Mira Safety Evac Pack is built for the latter. At its core is the CM6M full-face gas mask, constructed from robust bromobutyl rubber and featuring a panoramic visor for maximum situational awareness while fully protected. The kit includes an NBC 77 SOF filter rated for all known CBRN threats: chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear, as well as a VK530 smoke and carbon monoxide filter for fire-related evacuations. FDA-approved potassium iodide pills are included for thyroid protection in the event of nuclear contamination. The entire system rides in a drop-leg tactical pouch for hands-free rapid deployment, equipped with a hydration spout and D-ring attachment. For preppers operating in dense urban corridors, industrial zones, or anywhere a catastrophic chemical or radiological event is within the realm of possibility. This is the kit that belongs in your vehicle and your home. Storms don't wait, and this headlamp is built to move through them. The Black Diamond Storm Headlamp delivers powerful, hands-free illumination when conditions turn wet, cold, and unforgiving. Secured comfortably on your head, it keeps your path visible while your hands stay free for climbing, repairs, navigation, or emergency tasks. Rain and harsh weather fail to slow it down, making it a trusted light source in environments where failure isn't acceptable. Multiple lighting modes adapt instantly to terrain and urgency, giving you control in darkness without breaking stride. Lightweight yet reliable, this headlamp belongs in serious outdoor and survival gear setups. Because stopping isn't always an option, and vision is everything. When the storm closes in, this headlamp keeps you moving forward. When cold bites deep and hunger becomes urgent, the JetBoil Micro-Mo cooking system ignites survival with focused power. Built to bring boiling heat to harsh environments, it delivers rapid, controlled cooking without wasted fuel or hesitation. In rain-soaked camps, bone-chilling mornings, or storm-lashed ridges, this system turns frigid water into steaming, life-giving sustenance within moments. Its integrated design locks in flame stability when wind tests every spark. Survival doesn't wait for slow cooks or faltering burners. It demands instant heat, and this stove answers that call with precise efficiency. Compact and reliable, it stays ready in your pack, surviving impact and terrain abuse that would cripple lesser gear. Hunger and cold amplify fear, but hot fuel restores strength and sharpens focus. In unforgiving wilds where every calorie counts and daylight is your advantage, the Micro-Mo becomes your weapon against weakness and your ally in endurance. Machetes occupy a unique position in the wilderness survival toolkit. They function as trail-clearing tools, shelter-building instruments, and formidable field blades capable of processing vegetation and materials that would destroy smaller knives. The Schrade SCHK M1 is built around a long, heavy-duty blade profile that generates substantial cutting momentum with each stroke, reducing the physical effort required to push through dense brush or split fibrous materials. The full-tang construction ensures structural integrity under the high-impact stress that machete work consistently generates. The handle material is textured for grip security during the repetitive, forceful motion that extended trail work demands. Its size and balance make it practical for overhead chopping as well as ground-level clearing, covering a broader range of terrain manipulation tasks than shorter blades can address. For preppers building a remote base camp, cutting through secondary growth, or processing natural materials for field construction, The SCHK M1 is a direct force multiplier that earns its weight every time it leaves the sheath. The Grail GeoPressed solves the water problem and the cooking problem simultaneously, built entirely from CP 4 Grade 1 titanium that can be placed directly over an open flame. Its one-press purification system eliminates 99.99% of viruses, 99.9999% of bacteria, and 99.9% of protozoan cysts in under 8 seconds per 24 ounces. No pumping, no waiting, no setup. Simply fill from any freshwater source, press, and drink. The outer titanium cup functions as a cookpot with butterfly handles for fire or camp stove use. It filters heavy metals, chemicals, pesticides, and microplastics through ultra-powdered activated carbon and electroadsorption technology. The cartridge holds 350 press cycles and has a 10-year shelf life when stored sealed. For preppers who demand multi-mission gear, this titanium purifier collapses the roles of water filter, purifier, cookpot, and bottle into one compact package built to survive a 10-foot drop onto concrete. Cooking food and boiling water for purification are daily survival necessities, and the Lixada titanium wood stove handles both without requiring you to carry fuel that can run out. It burns natural wood, sticks, twigs, pine cones, forest debris, whatever the environment provides. Titanium construction keeps the stove ultralight while delivering serious heat resistance and long-term durability. It folds completely flat for packing, assembles quickly without tools, and sets up in seconds even in poor conditions. The combustion chamber channels airflow efficiently, producing intense focused heat that boils water fast and cooks food thoroughly with a surprisingly small fuel load. That efficiency matters when you're operating in cold, wet conditions where a weak stove struggles to maintain a burn. When every ounce in your pack is justified by its value in the field, a wood-burning titanium stove eliminates an entire category of resupply dependency. And that's exactly the kind of gear preppers build around. When survival demands action, your tools must speak louder than words. The Kova Blackthorn hatchet is engineered for uncompromising utility, chopping, splitting, breaching, and shaping the world around you with every swing. Compact yet brutally effective, it delivers raw impact, making it perfect for building shelters, processing firewood, or tackling emergency scenarios. Its aggressive blade profile bites deep, while the reinforced handle absorbs shock and keeps your grip secure, even under extreme force. Balanced weight distribution ensures maximum power without sacrificing precision. This hatchet doesn't exist to look impressive, it exists to perform. Built for those who thrive on action and demand results, the Blackthorn transforms labor into survival, turning harsh terrain into controlled opportunity. When the wilderness pushes back, this is the tool that pushes harder. When weather turns brutal, conventional lighters often fail at exactly the moment you need fire most. The Alpcraft lighter solves this through a high-performance jet flame system that remains stable and windproof, even in heavy gusts that extinguish open flames instantly. Unlike disposable lighters that struggle in the cold, this model utilizes a high-quality refillable butane reservoir and a precision ignition system designed to perform at high altitudes and in freezing temperatures. Encased in a rugged, impact-resistant housing built to handle drops and rough handling in the field, it provides a powerful, concentrated heat source for lighting tinder in driving rain or damp conditions. As a reliable primary ignition source or a heavy-duty backup to a ferro rod, the Bushcraft eliminates one of the most frustrating failure points in wilderness survival: trying to start a fire with gear that simply won't perform when conditions get hard. Deep wilderness doesn't care that you have no cell signal. The Garmin InReach Mini 3 Plus ensures you remain reachable and rescuable anywhere on the planet. Operating on the global Iridium satellite network, this rugged IP67 rated communicator delivers full two-way messaging, voice messaging, GPS tracking, and photo sharing from any terrain, regardless of cloud cover or forest density. When an emergency occurs, a single press triggers an interactive SOS that transmits your exact GPS coordinates directly to Garmin Response, a 24/7 staffed international emergency coordination center that has supported over 18,000 incident responses across all 7 continents. The Mini 3 Plus introduces voice command functionality, a 1.9-inch color touchscreen, and a built-in speaker and microphone for voice messages up to 30 seconds. A transformative upgrade for communication in gloves, extreme cold, or high-stress situations. Its internal lithium battery supports up to 350 hours of operation in 10-minute tracking mode, making it viable on multi-week expeditions without recharging. Weighing just 4.42 ounces and compact enough to attach to a pack strap or vest, the InReach Mini 3 Plus is the difference between being lost and being found. Survival isn't about luck. It's about the reliability of what's in your hands. The Gerber Bushcraft saw is engineered for those who turn raw wilderness into workable shelter and fire. Designed with precision and durability in mind, this saw uses a triple ground blade that slices through wood with minimal effort and maximum efficiency. Whether you're trimming branches, processing firewood, or shaping materials for bushcraft projects, the Gerber Bushcraft saw delivers clean, confident cuts every time. Its folding design makes it safe and compact, while the textured grip ensures stability even in rain or cold. The tension locking system keeps the blade firm and accurate, preventing wobble during tough cutting tasks. Built for long outdoor missions and survival scenarios, this tool allows you to work quickly and conserve energy, something crucial when nature challenges your endurance. For campers, bushcrafters, and serious survivalists, this saw is the perfect combination of strength and portability. The Titan Survival Emergency Survival Blankets confront that threat with heavy-duty, aerospace-grade mylar that reflects up to 90% of radiated body heat. Where typical emergency blankets shred at the first sign of wind, Titans are engineered for actual reuse, reinforced, thicker, and designed to hold up in the kind of rough handling a real emergency demands. They're large enough to wrap a full adult securely, or be improvised as a ground cover, shelter material, or signaling device. The reflective surface is bright enough to serve as a visual distress signal visible to aircraft at significant distances. Cold weather preppers, backcountry hunters, and anyone spending time in elevation where weather changes fast should treat these as essential kit. They weigh almost nothing, fold flat, and take up no meaningful space. The kind of gear that costs you nothing to carry and everything not to have. The Leatherman Curl is 15 tools folded into one compact stainless steel package. And in a survival scenario, that kind of versatility can be the difference between solving a problem and being defeated by it. Inspired by the iconic wave design, the Curl pack's needle nose and standard pliers, wire cutters, a 420HC knife blade accessible with one hand, spring-loaded scissors, a diamond-coated file, wire stripper, can and bottle openers, an awl, a ruler, and a customizable bit driver, all within a 4-inch closed profile. The deep carry removable pocket clip keeps it secured and accessible at all times. Whether you're repairing shelter components in a rainstorm, stripping wire for emergency signaling equipment, or handling dozens of unpredictable camp tasks, the curl performs with confidence. Backed by Leatherman's 25-year warranty, this tool is built to outlast the harshest conditions you'll ever encounter. It's the kind of gear you reach for without thinking, because it's always there. When the situation demands something more than a knife, but heavier tools aren't an option, the Knife Autical A1 delivers exactly the kind of multifunctional performance that experienced preppers understand. Built as a 4-in-1 system, it integrates a hatchet, a hammer, a pry bar, and a nail puller into a single full-tang construction crafted from 50 CR 15 MOV stainless steel, a material that balances sharpness, toughness, corrosion resistance, and resharpening ease in a way few field tools achieve. At 56 HRC on the Rockwell scale, the stone-washed blade takes and retains a working edge without becoming brittle under batoning or splitting loads. A finger hole on the cheek of the hatchet head provides a secondary grip position for detailed cutting and whittling tasks. The ergonomic G10 handle features a non-slip matrix texture that maintains control even in wet or cold conditions. The Kydex sheath snaps closed securely and attaches to a belt via an adjustable built-in clip, keeping this versatile tool on your person and ready at all times. When the sun drops in the backcountry, reliable light isn't optional. It's survival. The BioLite Range 300 is a featherweight headlamp weighing just 51 grams, yet it pushes out 300 lumens with a beam reaching 75 meters. What sets it apart for serious field use is its rapid recharge system. Just 8 minutes on a USB-C source delivers a full hour of high-power light. That's critical when you're moving fast in fading daylight or managing an emergency after dark. It carries an IP67 waterproof rating, so a sudden rainstorm or creek crossing won't take it out. The stepless dimming lets you dial brightness to exactly what the situation demands, and the pack lock prevents accidental battery drain between uses. For any prepper building a reliable go bag, this lightweight, tough, rapidly rechargeable headlamp earns a permanent spot. When matches fail and lighters die, the ProCampTech solid brass sparker keeps fire alive. One hard strike throws a violent shower of sparks, hot enough to ignite tinder fast under pressure. Brass construction shrugs off moisture, cold, and abuse, staying dependable when survival turns physical. No fuel leaks, no moving parts to fail, just steel-on-rod reliability that works again and again. In storms, exhaustion, or emergencies, this sparker delivers flame without hesitation. Compact and rugged, it belongs in every survival kit where fire equals warmth, water safety, and food. Each strike restores control in moments when panic creeps close. Fire isn't comfort, it's leverage against the environment. When weather strips away convenience and leaves only fundamentals, this sparker answers with raw sparks and certainty, keeping flame possible when everything else quits and survival demands immediate action. There are tasks in the wilderness that a knife simply cannot do, and that's exactly where the Gerber Gear Pack hatchet earns its place. Processing firewood, splitting kindling, driving stakes, and clearing brush for a shelter site all require the cutting mass and leverage that only a hatchet delivers. The stainless steel head provides clean, powerful chopping strokes and holds a working edge through extended hard use. The glass-filled nylon handle gives you a secure non-slip grip in wet conditions and absorbs impact shock far better than traditional wood handles that crack under repeated stress. The included nylon sheath keeps the blade protected in your pack and makes belt carry clean and safe. Its compact size means it adds serious capability without significant weight penalty. When you're setting up camp, preparing fuel for a wood stove, or felling small trees for shelter construction, this hatchet turns hours of effort into minutes of work. Fire means warmth, purified water, cooked food, and a signal for rescue. Without it, survival timelines shorten fast. The Bayite Fire Starter is a heavy-duty ferrocerium rod built to produce fire when cheap lighters fail. At 4 inches long and 3/8 of an inch in diameter, it's one of the most substantial ferro rods in its class. A single firm scrape of the included steel striker throws a dense shower of sparks reaching around 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to catch tinder even in damp, windy conditions. The paracord lanyard handle gives you a secure grip in cold or gloved hands. Unlike butane lighters that fail in cold temperatures or run dry, this rod has no fuel, no moving parts, and no electronics to break. It works in rain, wind, and high altitude without compromise. This is fire starting gear that simply will not let you down. Your gear is only as capable as the bag carrying it. The Mystery Ranch Pack is engineered for the demands of serious outdoor operations, weatherproof, load-bearing, and built with the kind of internal organization that lets you find what you need under stress without emptying your entire kit onto the ground. Weatherproof construction keeps your electronics, documents, and critical supplies protected through rain, mud, and the kind of sustained exposure that destroys lesser bags. The harness system is designed for extended carry underload, distributing weight properly so you can cover serious ground without the physical cost that poor pack geometry demands. Mystery Ranch has a decades-long history of building packs for military operators and wilderness professionals, and every decision in this pack's architecture reflects that field-validated experience. For preppers who are serious about bug-out mobility, vehicle kit organization, or multi-day wilderness self-sufficiency, starting with a pack that performs at this level is the foundation everything else builds on. Originally developed with input from military special operations requirements, the SOG Seal Pup Elite brings professional-grade knife performance to wilderness survival applications where compromise is not acceptable. The AUS-8 stainless steel blade is hardened for edge retention while maintaining enough toughness to resist chipping under lateral stress, a balance that matters across the unpredictable demands of field use. The blade geometry supports both slicing efficiency and tip strength, making it equally capable during food preparation, shelter construction, and emergency cutting tasks. The handle is textured for positive grip retention under wet or cold conditions, and the overall ergonomics allow extended use without the fatigue that poorly balanced knives introduce. The included injection molded sheath locks the blade securely and mounts in multiple orientations for tactical or utility carry preferences. In high-stakes environments where your cutting tool must perform across every scenario you throw at it, the Seal Pup Elite consistently delivers. The shovel was the first great weapon. It could build a wall or bury a man. The Zune Lo2 Annihilate V3 embodies this historical power, transforming a simple digging tool into an unbreakable multi-tool forged from martensitic stainless steel. This survival gear powerhouse utilizes high-temperature quenching and a 10mm joint thickness to achieve a massive load-bearing capacity of over 800 kilograms. Its unique 6-position adjustable head allows the Zune Lo2 to transition from a shovel to a hoe, saw, or axe in seconds, adapting to any environmental demand. Designed for the elite adventurer, It features a hollow, non-slip handle that conceals critical survival essentials like a fire starter and emergency whistle. In the world of survival gear, this shovel stands as a force multiplier, ensuring that whether you are trenching a camp or defending a perimeter, you possess the ultimate tactical advantage in the palm of your hand. No survival loadout is complete without serious medical capability, because injuries in the wilderness cannot wait for professional intervention. The MyMedic Recon is a purpose-built individual trauma kit designed around the realities of backcountry emergencies, penetrating wounds, severe bleeding, burns, and environmental injuries that demand an immediate, skilled response. The kit includes tourniquets, hemostatic gauze, pressure bandages, and wound care supplies organized for rapid, one-handed access when time is critical. The compact, rugged packaging is designed to survive the environmental conditions of field carry, without compromising sterility or material integrity. For preppers operating alone or in small groups far from medical infrastructure, the difference between a survivable and unsurvivable injury often comes down to the quality of the gear and the speed of application. The Recon closes that gap, giving you the tools to stabilize trauma in the field and buy the time needed to reach higher-level care or weather the situation independently. Few tools carry the raw versatility of a well-designed tactical tomahawk, and the Cold Steel Recon Hawk is built to handle the full spectrum of wilderness demands without hesitation. Forged from 1055 carbon steel, the blade holds a working edge through repeated use and can be resharpened in the field with basic tools. The Hawk's geometry is optimized for chopping through wood, splitting kindling, and breaching obstacles, tasks that would rapidly fatigue a standard knife. Its spike pommel adds a secondary utility for penetration tasks, while the overall balance makes it effective as a thrown or close-quarters defensive tool when threats require immediate response. The elongated handle provides mechanical advantage for heavy chopping work during shelter construction or trail clearing. In a long-term wilderness scenario where energy conservation matters, the Recon Hawk multiplies your capability while minimizing physical output. Water is the driving force of all nature, but in the wild, it can also be your greatest threat. The Life Straw Go series bottle revolutionizes hydration by integrating professional-grade filtration into a durable, BPA-free everyday container. This Life Straw system is a vital piece of survival gear, utilizing a two-stage filter that removes 99.99% of bacteria, parasites, and microplastics from contaminated sources. As you draw water through the straw, the hollow fiber membrane ensures every sip is safe, while the carbon filter reduces chlorine and improves taste. In a survival scenario where clean water is scarce, the Life Straw Go series allows you to scoop water directly from streams or ponds and drink immediately. With its sleek Icelandic blue design and leak-proof lid, it balances tactical necessity with daily convenience, ensuring that life-saving filtration is always within arm's reach when you are off the grid. A fixed-blade survival knife is one of the most fundamental tools in a serious kit, and the Camillus Carnivore X builds on that foundation with high-carbon steel coated in titanium for extreme corrosion resistance and durability under hard use. The full-tang construction ensures the blade and handle are one continuous piece of steel, the configuration that eliminates the most common failure point in survival knives under high-stress batoning, prying, and chopping. The textured grip provides secure purchase in wet conditions, and the blade geometry is optimized for a wide range of cutting tasks, from processing game to clearing brush to emergency shelter construction. The included sheath secures the knife with a reliable retention system, and rides comfortably on belt or pack attachment. Camillus has been building combat and field knives since the 1800s, and the Carnivore X represents their modern take on a tool that has to perform across every task a wilderness or emergency scenario demands. This is a blade built to outlast the conditions that test it. Your pack carries everything keeping you alive in the field, so it needs to be built for real demands, not casual weekend hikes. The Wotany Military Tactical Backpack is constructed from heavy-duty ripstop fabric engineered to resist tears, abrasion, and moisture across harsh terrain and severe weather. The Moly webbing system covering the exterior allows you to attach pouches, medical kits, water bottles, and additional gear directly to the pack, building a fully customized loadout for your specific scenario. Multiple internal compartments provide organized, structured storage, so critical items are always exactly where you expect them, retrievable fast under stress. Padded shoulder straps and a contoured back panel distribute heavy loads properly across your body, which becomes essential when carrying a full survival kit over distance. For a bug-out bag, vehicle emergency kit, or long-distance wilderness pack, this is a platform engineered to carry what your life depends on. When darkness closes in on the wilderness and every second of visibility matters, having a hands-free lighting solution that performs without compromise becomes critical. The BioLite Headlamp 800 Pro delivers 800 lumens of powerful, focused light with a remarkably slim profile that sits flush against your head, eliminating the uncomfortable bounce of traditional headlamps. Its moisture-sensing technology automatically activates a red light mode in rain, protecting your night vision while keeping you aware of your surroundings. The rechargeable battery offers multiple brightness modes to extend runtime when power conservation is essential. A front-facing kill switch allows instant shutoff during tactical situations where light discipline matters. Whether you're navigating dense forest terrain after sundown, setting up emergency shelter in a storm, or conducting perimeter checks around a remote camp, this headlamp is engineered to perform when conditions demand absolute reliability. Preparation, through education, is the less costly form of survival. The Leatherman ARC is the pinnacle of this preparation, serving as a masterclass in survival engineering and the first multi-tool to ever feature premium Magna-Cut steel. This specific material choice gives the Leatherman ARC unparalleled edge retention and corrosion resistance, ensuring your primary blade remains razor-sharp through the most grueling wilderness tasks. Built on revolutionary free technology, every one of its 20 implements, including the diamond-coated file, large bit driver, and robust saw, can be accessed smoothly with a single hand. This one-hand functionality is a critical survival feature when your other hand is occupied during an emergency. Finished with a durable DLC coating for maximum protection, the ARC combines 25 years of warranty-backed reliability with cutting-edge materials. It is the definitive survival companion for those who refuse to compromise on their readiness. Shelter is one of the first priorities when survival situations develop, and the Arcturus heavy-duty survival tarp is built to deliver it fast. This is a serious, reusable 3-layer tarp, not a flimsy disposable blanket. One side features a mylar reflective layer that reflects up to 90% of your body heat, keeping hypothermia at bay in freezing temperatures. Flip it over, and 2 layers of durable waterproof polypropylene handle rain and wind without breaking down. Reinforced grommets at every corner let you rig it as a lean-to, rainfly, or ground barrier in minutes, even with cold hands. The reflective side doubles as an emergency signal panel visible to aircraft and rescue teams. Weighing just 1.4 pounds and packing down small, this tarp is one of the most versatile, life-saving pieces of shelter gear you can carry in a bug-out bag. A warm meal in the wild is not just fuel, it is a victory over the elements. The Esbit Ultralight Folding Pocket Stove is the ultimate minimalist solution to this survival necessity, weighing almost nothing while providing a stable cooking platform. This Esbit stove is constructed from electrolytic galvanized steel, making it incredibly resistant to corrosion and heat stress during repeated use. Its simple, foldable design allows it to store its own solid fuel tablets inside, taking up no more room in your kit than a deck of cards. In a survival situation, the ability to boil water for purification or cook a meal without building a massive signature fire is a tactical advantage. The Esbit Pocket Stove is famously reliable because it has no moving parts to clog or break, ensuring that as long as you have a spark, you have the heat required to stay nourished and hydrated.